He thought the dump was just trash, until a trembling boy pointed and whispered, "Sir, they're in there." What this Hell's Angel found next will haunt him forever. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share with your friends, because real biker stories deserve real respect. The boy at the edge of the dump, the wind cut to the industrial outskirts like a blade. Not the clean kind of wind you feel on open highways. This one carried rot, smoke, rust, and something worse, something human. The dump sat at the edge of the city like a forgotten graveyard. Mountains of twisted metal, broken furniture, torn plastic flapping like dead flags. The smell was thick enough to choke a grown man. A black Harley rolled in slowly. Its engine growled low, controlled, restrained. The rider didn't belong here. He was massive, mid-50s. Steel gray beard braided tight. Leather jacket worn smooth by decades of wind and rain. No logos. No patches. Just presence. People who knew the road called him Graves. He had buried more brothers than he could count. And tonight, something had pulled him off the highway. Graves cut the engine. Silence hit hard. That's when he noticed the boy skinny. Barefoot. Maybe 9 years old. Clothes too big. Torn at the knees. Face smudged with dirt and fear. He stood near a pile of rusted refrigerators, hugging himself like the cold was inside his bones. Graves didn't move fast. Fast scared people. He removed his gloves, set them on the tank, took off his helmet. "Hey, kid," he said, voice gravelly and calm. "You lost." The boy's eyes flicked to the bike. Then the man. Then the dump behind him. His lips trembled. "No, sir." Graves frowned. "Then what are you doing out here?" The boy swallowed. He raised a shaking finger that pointed to the deepest part of the dump, where the trash was darkest, where the machines didn't go anymore, and in a whisper so quiet it almost vanished in the wind, the boy said, "Sir, they're in the dump." Graves felt it, that old pressure in his chest, the one that came right before things went bad. "Who's they?" he asked. The boy shook his head fast. Tears filled his eyes. "They told me not to talk. They said they'd hurt my sister." Graves' jaw tightened. "How old your sister?" 6. That was enough. Graves stood. Every movement deliberate. He reached into a jacket and pulled out a protein bar. Knelt, placed it gently in the boy's hands. "You stay right here," he said. "Don't move. Don't follow me, no matter what you hear." The boy grabbed his sleeve. "Please, sir, they don't scream anymore." The world narrowed. Graves turned toward the dump, toward the smell, toward the dark. Each step crushed glass and bone-dry plastic. Flies lifted in black clouds. Then he saw the refrigerator door slightly open. From inside came a sound, not a scream, not a cry, a weak human knock. Once, then silence. Graves ripped the door open. What he saw inside, fire changed everything. Inside that refrigerator was something no Hell's Angel should ever have to see. And somewhere behind him, a voice laughed, "If you love." Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This isn't just a story. This is brotherhood. Backhand index pointing right. Now prove your love. The knock came again, weak, desperate, human. And in that moment, the Hell's Angel knew this wasn't trash they were hiding. It was evidence. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share with your friends. Real biker stories survive only when real riders stand together. Stored in his Graves ripped the refrigerator door wider. The hinges screamed. Inside, a little girl, curled sideways, knees pulled to her chest, lips blue, hair matted with sweat and grime. Her tiny hands were raw and bleeding, knuckles torn from knocking. She was alive. Barely. Graves didn't think. He moved. He tore off his jacket, wrapped it around her, lifted her like glass. She weighed nothing, skin and fear and fading breath. Her eyes fluttered and a whisper slipped out. "Be brother?" Graves swallowed hard. "You're safe now," he said, though his voice shook. "I got you." Behind him, a slow clap echoed to the dump. Point 1, 2, 3. That Graves turned. Point 3 men stepped out from behind a stack of crushed cars. Not homeless, not scavengers, clean boots, new gloves, smiling like this was entertainment. Point 1 of them laughed. "Well, damn," he said. "Didn't think anyone would come snooping tonight." Graves set the girl down gently behind him. shielding her with his body. "Walk away," he said calmly. "You don't want this." Another man spat. "You're already in it, old man." The third man raised the phone, recording. "Boss is gonna love this," he said. "Some biker hero thinking he's God." Graves exhaled, slow, measured. Then he smiled. Not friendly, not angry, empty. "You boys ever hear consequences?" he asked. The first punch came fast. Graves blocked it. The second punch came stupid. Graves broke the arm. Bone snapped like a dry stick. The third man ran. Graves grabbed him by the collar and slammed him into a rusted hood so hard the metal dented inward. The phone shattered. The man screamed. Graves leaned close, his voice low and deadly. "Where's the rest?" The man cried instantly. "Warehouse, 3 blocks south. We just pick him up. We don't keep him long." Graves dropped him. Hard, he turned back to the girl. Her breathing was shallow. Too shallow, that's when he heard it. Footsteps. Dozens. Engine starting. Headlights cutting through the dump fog. Graves cursed under his breath. This wasn't random. This was organized, and whoever ran it was coming back, and he scooped the girl up again and sprinted for his bike. The boy was still there, frozen, eyes wide. Graves didn't stop. "Get on," he barked. But now... The boy climbed on, clinging tight. Graves fired the engine. Gunshots cracked behind them. Bullets sparked off metal. The Harley roared. They tore out of the dump just as trucks flooded in. Graves didn't look back. He knew one thing. This wasn't over. Not even close as the city lights came into view. The little girl whispered something that made Graves' blood run cold. They said you'd never come alone. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This is more than a story. This is brotherhood, justice, and fire. Backhand index pointing right now. Prove your love. The warehouse had no windows, no signs, no screams. That's how evil survives, by pretending nothing's inside. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. Every share pushes darkness back. The story continues. The convoy split 2 blocks out at Anno Lights. No revving, just engines breathing low. The warehouse squatted at the end of Dead Street. Concrete walls stained with oil, chain-link fence wrapped in razor wire. No windows, no name. A single steel door guarded by 2 men smoking like they owned the night. They didn't see the bikes until it was too late. Iron Jack raised a fist. Everything stopped. Graves rolled forward alone, slow, deliberate. The guards laughed when they saw him. "Lost, old man?" one said. Graves didn't answer. He looked past them, past the door, listened. Nothing. That was a problem. Graves moved point 1, step point 2. The first guard reached for his radio. Graves grabbed his wrist, twisted. The radio clattered to the ground, and Graves' elbow found the man's throat. The second guard pulled a knife. Graves caught his arm. Iron Jack didn't wait. The gate exploded inward as bikes surged through, headlights flooding the yard like daylight. The knife fell. The guards fell harder. Iron Jack kicked the steel door. IT didn't open. He nodded. Point 2 bikers rolled forward with a chain. Wrapped it tight. Engines roared. The door tore loose with a scream of metal. Inside, dark. Too dark to a single bulb flicker at the far end, buzzing like an insect. The smell hit first. Bleach. Blood. Fear. Graves stepped in. Boots echoed. Then a sound. Not loud or whimper. Iron Jack raised his hand again. Silence fell like a blade. From the shadows, cages appeared. Not animal cages, children's cages. Small hands reached through bars. Eyes stared out empty, too old for their faces. Graves felt something crack inside his chest. Iron Jack's voice dropped to ice. Unlock them. Now. Bikers moved, fast, precise. Cutting locks. Ripping doors open. Lifting kids in arms that had once carried steel and fire. Then a siren. Not police. Internal. Red light snapped on. From the back rooms, men poured out. Not guards. Buyers. Clean clothes. Gloves. Masks pointing with them shouted, "Kill the bikes." Gunfire erupted. Concrete chipped. Glass shattered. Graves dragged a kid behind a forklift as bullets ripped through steel. Iron Jack took a round to the shoulder and didn't slow. He grabbed a man by the collar, slammed him into the wall. "Who runs this?" Iron Jack roared. The man laughed through blood. "You think you can stop it?" he spat. There's always another warehouse. Iron Jack leaned in. Not tonight. The bikers pushed forward, wall by wall. Then Graves heard it, a voice on a speaker. Calm, educated. Mr. Graves, it said. You should have walked away. Graves froze, and no one here should know his name. The voice continued. I gave you a chance. A door opened above, a figure stepped into the light, and Graves recognized him. Someone from his past. Someone who should have been dead. The man smiled down at them and said, Welcome back to the war you started. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This fight continues only if you stand with us. Backhand index pointing right now, prove your love. Some ghosts stay buried. Others wait until the night you can't walk away. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. Brotherhood survives when the road stands together. Stories such as the man above the warehouse railing smiled like the past had teeth. Clean suit. No dust. No blood. Hands resting calmly on the rail. Been a long time, Graves, he said. Iron Jack's eyes narrowed. You know him? Graves didn't look away. I killed him, Graves said. The man laughed softly. No, he replied. You tried. The memory hit Graves like a wreck at 70 miles an hour. Back arrow 10 years, A.J. Rain. Firelight. A border town no one remembered. Graves stood over a burning building, knuckles split, chest heaving. Inside were screams. Men who'd traffic women and kids across state lines. At the door, a man crawled out, shot, bleeding, smiling anyway. You can't end this, the man had said back then. It's bigger than you, bigger than your club. Graves put a bullet in his head, or so he thought. Fire back to the warehouse. You left me bleeding, the man said now. But someone wanted me alive. Iron Jack stepped forward. You run this. The man nodded. I built it, scaled it, perfected it. He gestured to the cages. Supply and demand, he said calmly. You bikers don't understand markets. Graves' fist clenched. What do you want? Graves asked. The man leaned over the railing. You, he said. And the kids go free. Iron Jack laughed once. Low, dangerous. That ain't how this ends. The man shrugged. Then I burn it all, he said. He snapped his fingers. Explosions ripped to the far end of the warehouse. Fire bloomed. Smoke filled the air. Kids screamed. Graves didn't hesitate. Move, he roared. Bikers grabbed children. Shields up, bodies forward. Flames chased them as ceilings began to collapse. Iron Jack covered the rear, firing controlled precise shots. Graves charged the stairs. The man turned, still smiling. You always are predictable, he said. They collided at the top, fists, elbows, rage. The man fought clean, trained. Graves fought dirty, experienced. They crashed through an office wall, glass exploding outward. The man pulled a knife. Graves took the cut across his ribs and didn't stop. He headbutted the man so hard teeth flew. The man staggered. Graves grabbed him by the throat and dragged him to the edge. Below, fire, chaos, sirens in the distance. End it, the man gasped, smiling through blood. You won't. Graves leaned close. You're right, he said. He let go. The man fell, screaming. The flames swallowed him. This time, Graves watched until there was nothing left. Ambulance outside, DW fire trucks screamed in. Police arrived as scene already finished, kids wrapped in jackets. Bikers standing silent. Eli held Lena's hand. She was breathing stronger now. Iron Jack stood beside Graves. You okay? He asked. Graves nodded once. Yeah. Iron Jack looked at the rising sun. This war's not over, he said. But tonight we won. Graves looked at the kids. At least a night, he replied as the ambulances pulled away. A phone buzzed in Graves' pocket. Unknown number .1 message. You burned one nest. There are hundreds more. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This story lives through you. Backhand index pointing right now, prove your love. Fires don't end wars. They announce them. And somewhere in the ashes, someone was counting bodies. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. Every click keeps the Brotherhood alive, the story said. His dawn didn't feel like victory. IT felt like exhaustion pretending to be light. Graves sat on the curb outside the burned warehouse, blood dry black against his ribs, knuckles swollen, eyes hollow. Sirens wailed farther down the street, but none came close. They never did when the damage was already done. Iron Jack stood a few feet away, arms crossed, watching the ambulances pull off one by one. The kids were gone now, safe hidden, gone where no paperwork could follow them. Eli had hugged Graves before leaving. Hard, didn't say a word. Lena had smiled weakly. That smile weighed heavier than any chain Graves had ever worn. Iron Jack finally spoke. You know what that message means. Graves nodded. Yeah. They're organized. Iron Jack continued. Global. This wasn't a cell. It was a storefront. Graves stared at the smoking ruins. They wanted me, he said quietly. Iron Jack looked at him. They still do? A black SUV rolled past the police line, without stopping at NO lights. No plates. The window slid down halfway to a woman inside. Late 40s, sharp eyes, calm smile, looked straight at Graves. Then she nodded once and the window rolled up. The SUV vanished into traffic. Iron Jack exhaled slowly. Government, he asked. Graves shook his head. Worse, he said. Investors. Motorcycle later. The clubhouse was quiet in the morning. Too quiet. Bikes lined up outside like soldiers at rest. Inside, Graves cleaned his wounds while Iron Jack paced. They won't hit his head on, Iron Jack said. They'll come sideways. Lawyers. Bribes. Assassins. Graves taped his ribs. Good, he said. Means they're scared. Iron Jack stopped pacing. You thinking of going back on the road alone? He asked. Graves met his eyes. No, Graves said. I'm thinking bigger. Iron Jack smiled. That slow, dangerous smile that meant old rules were about to break. Waxing crescent moon same night. Elsewhere, a high-rise office overlooked the city. Inside, a boardroom glowed with soft lights. Screens displayed footage from the warehouse. Grainy, distant, unmistakable, the man spoke and had a table. He's alive, he said. And active. Another voice replied, female-controlled. Then escalate. A third voice asked, What about the children? Silence. Then collateral. The man said, Always was. The screen froze on Graves' face. The woman leaned forward. Send a message, she said. Make it personal. Mobile phone back at the Graves burner buzz again. Another unknown number. Another message. This one had a photo. Eli, standing outside a school, time-stamped. Graves stood so fast the chair crashed backward. Iron Jack was beside him instantly. They found him. Graves said. Iron Jack didn't ask how, he just said mount up. As engines roared to life outside the clubhouse, Graves sent one message back. Touch the boy and I end your world. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This fight only ends if the Brotherhood stands together. Backhand index pointing right. Now prove your love. They thought threatening a child would control a biker. They forgot one rule of the road. Some lines turn men into storms. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. Brotherhood only grows when the road spreads the word. The clubhouse erupted. Engines screamed alive in unison, a sound that shook the walls and rattled the windows down the block. Helmets snapped on. Gloves tightened. No speeches. No votes. This wasn't a meeting. This was a response. Graves swung onto his Harley. Eyes locked forward. Jaws set so hard it looked carved from stone. Iron Jack rolled up beside him. School's 10 minutes east, Iron Jack said. By the time we get there, they'll be gone. Graves finished. Iron Jack nodded, which means it's a trap. Graves revved once. Then we spring it. Motorcycle, it says it just ended. Kids filed inside laughing, backpacks bouncing, unaware of the war circling their playground like wolves. Across the street, a delivery van sat idling. Too clean, too still. Graves then slowed. He cut the bike sideways, skidding to stop in front of the van. Iron Jack and 6 others boxed in before the driver could react. The van door slid open, and a man reached for a gun. He never got it. Graves yanked him out by the collar and slammed him onto the asphalt so hard his teeth clicked together. Where's the boy? Graves demanded, The man laughed through blood. You're already too late. That's when Eli screamed. Graves had snapped toward the school fence point. Two men had Eli by the arms, dragging him toward a black sedan. Teachers shouted. Kids froze. Time slowed. Graves moved. He ran. Leather boots pounding pavement. A gun came up. Iron Jack fired first. The shooter went down. Graves hit the second man like a freight train, drove him into the sedan, shattered the window with his head. Eli broke free and ran, straight into Graves' arms. Graves dropped to one knee, holding the boy tight as. Sirens wailed closer now, real ones this time. Iron Jack stood guard, weapon lower but ready. The man Graves had slammed coughed and smiled. You save one, he rasped. You can't save them all. Graves stood slowly. You just bought yourself time, he said. He turned away, left the man alive. That scared him more than anything else could have. New moon that night, the WNG the bikers didn't go home. They went dark. Phones off. Route split. Safe houses activated. Across the city, power flickered. A data center burned and a private airstrip shut down. Money froze mid-transfer. Somewhere high above the city, a woman watched the numbers crash on her screen. Who did this? She asked. Her assistant swallowed. The bikers. She smiled thinly. Good, she said. Now we know they're serious. Mobile phone finally in Graves sat beside Eli in a quiet room. The boy looked up at him. Are they gone? Eli asked. Graves rested a hand on his shoulder. No, he said honestly. But they're running. Eli nodded, brave beyond his years. Good, he said. Because you came. Graves closed his eyes. Some wars don't start on highways. They start with a whisper. Across the ocean, a new file opened on a secure server. Subject, jury status. Dude, if you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This story rides only if you ride with it. Backhand index pointing right. Now prove your love. Some orders are whispered. Some are signed. This one was global and had one name on it. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. Every share strengthens a brotherhood. The file didn't look dangerous, just text, numbers, a single photo. But every screen in the room went silent when it loaded. A woman stood at the head of the table, silver hair pulled tight, eyes sharp as cut glass. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. Confirm target, she said. An analyst cleared his throat. Confirmed. Subject operates under the name Graves. Former enforcer. High survival index. The woman nodded once. Cost? Another analyst answered. Whatever it takes. She tapped the screen. The photo enlarged. Graves, standing outside the burned warehouse. Blood on his knuckles. Fire in his eyes. Deploy phase black, she said. No local assets. No witnesses. Someone hesitated. Madam. That could start. She looked at him. He stopped breathing. Start what? She asked softly. A war that already exists? She turned away. Proceed. Motorcycle back home. The civil and Jack didn't like the quiet. The kind of quiet that meant the world was holding its breath. Graves at the table, maps spread out, burner phones lined like bullets. He hadn't slept. None of them had. You feel it? Iron Jack asked. Graves nodded. They're not posturing anymore. Iron Jack leaned in. Meaning? They're done talking. Graves said. They're coming. The door opened. A younger rider stepped in, face pale. Jack, we lost 2 safe houses. Graves stood instantly. How? Clean hits, the rider said. No noise. No cameras. No bodies left behind. Iron Jack cursed under his breath. That's not street, he said. That's contracts. Graves clenched his jaw. They want me alone. Iron Jack slammed his fist on the table. Then they don't get you. Graves shook his head slowly. They already have me, he said. They just don't know where yet. Waxing crescent moon night. Dimmovie Graves left the clubhouse without a bike, without leather. Without a trace, he walked into the city like a shadow that had learned to breathe. Across town, a sniper adjusted his scope. Target acquired. The voice whispered. Then the power died. Streetlights blinked out. The scope went black. The sniper frowned. A hand closed around his mouth from behind. Graves' voice was calm in his ear. You're late. The sniper never fired a shot. Mobile phone image at the same time. Phones rang across continents. Same message, same sender. You want me? Follow the fire. As alarms erupted in a private compound miles away, the woman smiled for the first time. Good, she said. Now we can end this. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This road only continues if you ride it. Backhand index pointing right now, prove your love. When hunters become hunted, the rules disappear, and someone always pays the price first. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. Every share keeps the brotherhood alive. The city didn't know it yet, but it had chosen a side. Power grids failed in precise blocks. Security cameras looped old footage. Encrypted lines went dark. This wasn't chaos. This was orchestration. Graves moved to the blackout like a memory no one wanted to face. He didn't rush. He didn't hide. He walked with the certainty of a man who had already decided how the night would end. Across town, Iron Jack watched the feeds collapse one by one. He's drawing them out, a rider said. Iron Jack nodded. And they're taking the bait. Office building assembling high walls. Private guards. Money thick in the air. Inside, the woman with silver hair watched alerts bloom red across her screens. Contact. An aide said, "We've lost 3 teams." She didn't flinch. "Send the 4th," she replied, and unlocked the vault. The aide hesitated. "Madam, that exposes—" She cut him off. "If Graves is here," she said calmly, "then the past is already exposed." Firecracker, the first Lhasa Black SUV, screamed into the compound. Too fast. Guards raised weapons. Too late. The vehicle detonated at the gate, ripping steel and flesh apart in the same breath. Alarms wailed. From the smoke, motorcycles emerged, silent, electric, masked. Iron Jack's voice crackled over a private channel. Now! Teams moved. Servers were pulled. Drives smashed. Files burned. Inside the control room, the woman stood as bullets shattered glass around her. She didn't run. She waited. Boxing gloved and Graves found her alone in a hallway of marble and blood. "You came," she said, almost pleased. "You threatened a child." Graves replied. She smiled faintly. "I tested you." Graves stepped closer. "You failed." Guards rushed in. Graves dropped 2 before they hit the floor. The woman reached into her jacket. Graves was faster. The gun slid across marble. She stared at him now. No smile left. "You think killing me ends this?" she asked. Graves leaned down. "No," he said. "But it ends you." Before he could move, a shot rang out. The woman gasped, collapsed. Iron Jack stood in the doorway, smoke curling from his barrel. "Had to," Iron Jack said. She wasn't walking out. Graves nodded once, then no celebration. Just finality. New Moon, the cost as they escaped. A call came through. "Urgent broken. We lost Mason," a rider said. "Ambush. North Bridge." Iron Jack closed his eyes. Mason had been family. For 30 years, Graves mounted his bike, hands shaking, not from fear, from rage. They wanted blood, Graves said. They got it. At sunrise, news headlines exploded across the world. Unknown network collapses. Power vacuum emerges. And in the shadows, someone else watched the fallout, smiling. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. This story only survives with a brotherhood. Backhand index pointing right. Now prove your love. When a monster falls, the silence it leaves behind is never empty. Something always rushes in to fill it. Before we continue, subscribe to Bikershype, like this video, and share it with your friends. The road only remembers those who ride together. The woman's death didn't end a network. IT fractured it. Across continents, men and women stare at blank screens, frozen accounts, dead contacts. Power didn't disappear, it panicked. And panic makes mistakes. Iron Jack stood over a table littered with burned drives and salvaged documents. Multiple factions, he said. No clear leader anymore. Graves leaned against the wall, ribs still taped, eyes darker than before. "That won't last," Graves replied. Someone always steps up. As if summoned by the thought, a message arrived, encrypted, clean, confident. "We should talk. No threats and no demands." That was worse. Globe show in Europe, Africa, elsewhere. The new player private hangar lit up the desert night. A jet touched down without fanfare and a man stepped out. Early 40s. Sharp suit. Calm eyes. He looked nothing like the criminals before him, which made him more dangerous. An aide approached. Madam is confirmed dead. The man nodded. And Graves? Alive. The man smiled slightly. Good, he said. I prefer negotiations with legends. Motorcycle back at sea, and Jack didn't like the message. Feels polite, he said. That means traps. Graves stared at the screen. He doesn't want to fight, Graves said. He wants control. Iron Jack scoffed. And what's he offering? Graves read aloud. Children released. Routes dismantled. Money burned. Iron Jack went quiet. That's everything, he said. Almost. Graves replied. What's missing? Iron Jack asked. Graves looked up. Me? The final line glowed on the screen. Come alone. Waxing crescent moon, and Iron Jack stepped in front of Graves. No, he said flatly. Graves met his eyes. This ends with me, Graves said. Or it never ends at all. Iron Jack's jaw tightened. You don't get to die alone, he said. Not after everything. Graves placed a hand on Iron Jack's shoulder. I'm not planning to die, he said. I'm planning to finish it. Police car at the location came through moments later. An old steel bridge over dead water. NO cameras, NO jurisdiction. Graves rode out at dawn, .1 bike, NO escort. Above him, clouds rolled like bruises. Under the bridge, footsteps echoed. The man in the suit waited, hands visible. You're late, he said. Graves stopped 10 feet away. You wanted to talk? Graves replied. Talk. The man nodded. I want peace, he said. You want justice. Graves stared at him. You can't afford either. The man smiled. We'll see. As the man snapped his fingers, shadows stepped out from under the bridge. Too many. And Graves realized this meeting was never meant to end with words. If you love Hell's Angels, share this video right now. Help us complete the 1,000 subscribers target. The road doesn't forgive hesitation. Backhand index pointing right now. Prove your love.